I just want to, if this is really the end of the XFL, if this is the second time that the XFL has gone under, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the XFL. And Blake, in the honor of this, in the ode to the XFL, I want to say what we're most thankful for, okay? Because I'm thankful for, I just want to give out a shout out to Oliver Luck, one of the shortest tenured football league commissioners of all time. But at the same time, he did better than Roger Goodell, without a doubt. Oliver Luck did something amazing for all of us fans and also to NFL hopefuls, players as well. They gave players a second chance. Over 20 former XFL players have signed NFL contracts. That is awesome. They successfully experimented with new rules that may be moving the game forward. We had stuff like the kickoff rule, which is, I think that their version of the kickoff, I think that is going to be adopted by the NFL sometime soon because it was a great compromise of keeping the kickoff, one of the most exciting plays in football. They kept it alive and they kept it exciting still because we even had Blake Fury Battlehawks. They're the one that scored a kickoff return on a reverse return. That was amazing. And so they kept that play, but they limited injuries and they limited head trauma and they limited the big impacts that happen. And so I think that's a great rule. One of the rules I'm really sad that we weren't able to see a version of was the overtime, because we never had overtime. I really wanted to watch that shootout version over overtime because I think it would work well. It would work well in football. It's great in hockey. And it would have been something cool to see for sure. But most importantly, man, we had football when we normally wouldn't have had football. We were able to watch exciting and meaningful and entertaining games in the time between the Super Bowl and the draft, which is something that's normally like the deadest period of the NFL during the whole year. And we had something to fill that gap. Emphasis on had. Blake, man, what do you miss? What are you going to miss most about the XFL?
I think the thing that I'm going to miss the most is just the ability for them to kind of experiment. They're able to, kind of be at the cutting edge of a lot of, like we were talking about, rule changes, even commentary, having people have mics on all the time. Coaches, listening to their play calls, listening to the quarterbacks call their plays.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to definitely be something that we were just kind of scratching the surface of, and we're not going to really be able to get more into that because the NFL's they're never going to go that route. That's just not possible.
It's not the NFL.
Right. So, and then also I really like the transparency again with the referees. Mm-hmm. You got to see them in the process of making a call, talking it out, rehashing the details. So I think there was a lot of really good pieces that are going to be missed that the XFL was bringing forward. So hopefully the NFL can take a few of their ideas and implement them, because man, the XFL, they may not have had, in my opinion, I think what hurt the XFL the most, it was just the quality of quarterback play.
Yeah, there's like
outside of Teamu, TJ Walker, and then every other
Josh
quarterback
Johnson,
had like maybe one decent game. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They had their decent game. Cardale Jones. But I think that was really the big letdown, is that people were expecting more high caliber offenses. They were expecting worse defenses. And, the casual fans, which were probably the main audience that they were trying to capture with this, they want to see points. They don't want to see defensive battles, 3 to 6, 3 to 10. They want to see 48 to 39. They want to see a big scoring, large points on the scoreboard. Mm-hmm. So I think the XFL, long story short, they brought innovation, and it's going to be missed. Even though they fell a little bit short of on the performance side, I think that there was a lot of room to grow.
Mm-hmm.
and not every avenue is exhausted yet. So it's just a shame. But another thing too, this just highlights the fact that McMahon was running the show through and through. He had let me see, I think I have the numbers up here right here. I think he had 76.5% of the class B shares, and he had 100% of the class A shares for the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
So he was fronting a lot of money for this, and he was taking huge hits. Not to mention, in this article that I'm reading, it's on newsweek.com.
Mm-hmm.
It also lists the fact that the WWE, their shares about a month or two before the season started for the XFL, they dropped by the shares for the WWE.
They tanked.
Dropped by 30% per share.
That was before that they were having a lot of controversy in like the kind of like the higher ups and the higher management of WWE is what was going on. That's what tanked. But Vince McMahon, good point on that. That's the only reason I have any bit of hope left that we might somehow see the XFL return for a third time is because it's ran by Vince McMahon. That's his pet project. That's his baby. And this is something that he really wants to succeed. And we all know that if Vince McMahon, he's a crazy son of a bitch. And if he really wants something to happen, that guy can make it happen. So that's the only reason I might have a sliver of a hope is because it's Vince McMahon. And you never doubt him.
Vince McMahon or another rich dude that can come in and buy it from him. Because I heard he is kind of looking for a buyer.
I think that's what they're talking about with the when they filed for bankruptcy. They were looking for someone to possibly buy that league up. And if someone has the money to revitalize it and to keep it going, I'm all for it. Like, here we go. Well, we all know they're a couple buddies, right? And we all know this guy has the cash. You all know who's going to be the next owner of the XFL?
Who?
Good old Donald J. Trump.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
No.
Maybe not. Probably not.
I don't think the president can't own an XFL team or an XFL league.
Don't want to get political, but probably in 4 years he might be able to have the chance. Man, but all I want to say is thank you to the XFL. Blake, you touched on great points with the innovation. The innovation was its best part. I loved being able to see the replay officials with their Xbox controllers and hear them talking through the calls with everyone, hearing the refs in the huddle, be able to hear their conversations. I love the live interviews right after plays. You gotta love dudes dropping F-bombs on live TV, on live national TV. You can't beat it. And
yeah, that's going to be missed.
That's something we'll never see in the NFL, which is
directly interviewing a player directly after they just made a horse crap play.
It's a shame, man. It really is a shame.
It was great. It was like they were actively trying to troll players.
Oh,
whether they meant to or not, I'm not sure, but
100% they were.
It was just great. It was
if you were not trying to troll a player, you wouldn't go up to them literally 20 seconds after they threw an interception that cost them the game.
So what were you thinking
or a
there?
kick?
Yeah, misses the kick. Oh, so you were 15 yards out. What happened there? How'd you miss that?
Hey man, you just missed a kick that would have won you guys the game. Why do you suck so much? And how much do your teammates hate you now?
Dude's just clenching his fist.
Lips
are quivering.
We never got to see a reporter get smacked with a helmet.
I don't know. A couple of offensive linemen look pretty close.
No, as long as you're staying away from Myles Garrett, it'll be good.
Yeah, that's an offensive lineman's worst enemy right there.
Yeah. I do still want to hold out hope. It might be just really unhealthy amounts of optimism, but I think the XFL will be back eventually. I don't know when. It might be next year. It might be in 2 years. It might be in another. Was it 20 years again? No, 1999. Yeah. So yeah, 20 years. So who knows, man? Who really knows?